the Chinese were very clean.
So we are not that far from Canada. You see some Maple Leafs in the crowd welcoming the two-time world champs to the ice. Megan Duhamel and Eric Radford lost some momentum, some standing last year, came back strong, and they captured Skate Canada in a position to make it to the final.
Skating to With or Without You by U2. You like that, Terry?
Not exactly sung by Bono here, though.
Bit of a crash landing on that triple twist, but got it done. Also went a bit lateral. And that element in particular, when we compare it to Skimeka Knierim and Knierim or Savchenko Massot, it pales in comparison.
And here's their moneymaker, the side-by-side triple Lutz, the most difficult side-by-side jump we've seen throughout the entire event. Oh, he holds on to that one.
Slight 2 foot from Eric on that element. But something that's impressive about them is they always do go for the risk. Big ticket element.
This team attacks.
Very strong throw triple Lutz.
The short program was choreographed by John Kerr. He wanted a different look for them to really break it down, show cleanliness, simplicity in their movements. And I think it really works on them. Sometimes they start to rush. They're always in that attack mode. This just brings them down a bit. It's more pleasant to watch.
Definitely a season for redemption for this team, however. 2 world titles and then a 7th place finish at the World Championships last year with a disastrous performance. But at Skate Canada, they looked back to their old selves, and then here in this short program have looked like Duhamel Radford that could stand on an Olympic podium.
This program makes me forget how much I like Savchenko and Massot. These moments right here is where you see the difference between the Germans and Megan and Eric. It's just not as clean, it's not as natural coming from the heart. But when you're skating this good, sometimes that's what you need. That's what wins.
But ultimately, it's a partnership, and the chemistry is very different between the top 2 teams, but that was a great short program.
Especially with certain teams, it's not often that you hear the audience build throughout a short program. There's not much time to build and a lot of things to do. It did that time. You could hear it. You could feel it.
They trained so hard, and that program was filled with very difficult elements, from the throw Lutz to the side-by-side Lutz.
But pairs, especially in the short program, are so evenly matched. Yes, this team did the most difficult side-by-side jump, but for the most part, the top teams do a throw triple flip or a throw triple Lutz and a side-by-side triple sow cow. The Lutz is what sets them apart here, but you've got to be perfect, and it's getting to the point where it's almost as like ice dance, where every little let on the death spiral or the spin or the step sequence, where that really is going to be the difference between first and second place. And Megan Duhamel has often admitted that she counts through her program on the elements, how well they've been done. She knows exactly what score almost she's going to get before she's even done. This was their triple twist. You can watch, because of their height difference. We said it with Savchenko that you don't notice it as much, but with this team you do, especially on their twist. A bit crashy on the landing, and she went vertical, so she didn't push the whole way through her arms, almost as if you're getting up out of a chair. You have to push that hard.
And here's that Lutz, very difficult because of that entry edge. They did well. He barely hung on to his, though.
And here, setting up for that throw triple Lutz. Very interesting choreography into the element. interesting air position on her. Her arms are very high under her chin on that element. It's almost as if, we talked about it earlier with the American team of Denny and Frazier, that her arms are in an interesting position to sort of slow her down. And with that much power from a strong partner like Eric Radford, Megan almost doesn't really utilize the full tightness of her arms on the throws. That was really long-winded. Sorry, guys.
I can say they really are in it to win it. Obviously, it's an Olympic season, but this team, you can just feel it when they step onto the ice, how badly they want it.
The desperation almost.
They want that Olympic podium.
And they definitely have all the goods for it.
Bruno Marcotte, who Megan Duhamel has been married to since June of 2015. Julie Marcotte, Bruno's sister.
The score,
John Zimmerman, also one of their coaches. So here you go, with the team from China on top of the standings right now.
Score 75.37.
And listen to the audience react here. 75.37. So into first place.
As it should be.
Well on their way.
It's going to be a very interesting free program, though, because that's when the pairs really do separate themselves.
And sometimes they struggle in the free skate, although their last Grand Prix, they were awesome. So hopefully that continues.
So